Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money-making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's moneymaker, we'll be taking a look at the Smoke Devils. Now to kill these, you do need a pretty high Slayer level of 93. Now these currently don't have an entry on the moneymaking list because I feel like most of the time you probably break even if you're lucky here, especially with the prices of the Occult Necklace and the Dragon Chain Body today. But still, I thought we'd go ahead and make a video on it since I did get a task for them, and since they are a good source of magic and Slayer XP. Here's a look at the gear setup. As you can see, I'm prioritizing the magic damage boosting gear, which is why I'm wearing Ancestrals, but if you don't have Ancestrals, then feel free to bring Vestment Robes, since they do give good prayer bonus, and having a good prayer bonus is pretty important here as well. They do have some slight magic defense, which is why I'm bringing the Eternal Boots and the Seer's Ring. Here's also a look at some different gear setups that you can bring from best to worst. If you're interested on checking this out on the wiki, just go to the Smoke Devil page on the OSRS Wiki and head over to the strategy guide for that entry. As you can see, for the inventory, we are bringing the 2 prayer potions, some cannonballs, and of course the cannon to aggro these Smoke Devils, along with a way to teleport to our house and a rune pouch filled with the Ice Barrage runes. You can also bring a volatile staff and a imbued heart if you have the money for it, which I currently don't. But yeah, this is the gear setup that we'll be using. Now, if you plan on using fairy rings like I do, you'll also need some sort of staff to be able to use those. I think you can use the Draman staff or the lunar staff. So as for getting there, like I said, I'll be using fairy rings. So I'll teleport with my house, or to my house with the max cape. I'll use the fairy ring over here and go to the code BKP. And from here, we can just run a little bit north and the area will be right here, the Smoke Devil Dungeon. Now, if you don't have access to fairy rings or you don't want to use fairy rings, then you can use dueling rings and teleport over here to Castle Wars. There's also a bank right here, so that's pretty nice as well. And then from here, you can just run down to this area. It's almost the same length, so yeah, not too bad. Go ahead and enter the Smoke Dungeon, and here is where we will be doing our Slayer task. And I have the tiles marked over here. This is the cannon spot, and then these are the lure spots that I'll be using for the first time to lure these Smoke Devils. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start the task. We're going to place the cannon down as shown, right there in that cannon spot. Make sure your protect from range is on. Fire the cannon, and then we're going to step over here in this spot. And we're just going to let the cannon attack all of these Smoke Devils to get them all lured. Also, make sure you have auto cast off, or auto retaliate off. That way you don't waste any spells on these guys. Alright, so all the cannonballs have been fired. The Smoke Devils are lured. From here, we can move over here to get a couple more over here. I guess it depends where they're at. Once all of them are there, move to this spot and then back to this spot, and we should be good here. Most of them are lured in this area. And then we can go ahead and start casting on this big pile right here. And it should hit all of them. Yep, there you go. Perfect. So that's pretty much the method that we'll be using for this entire task. We'll see how long it takes us. The timer has been started, and I'll show that at the end to show how long it took to finish this task. Again, it's 191. And just like that, we got a nuclear Smoke Devil immediately. Very fortunate. He's already there stuck with us, or stuck in that pile, so we can just go ahead and finish this kill. Or this pile, I guess you could say. Also, there's going to be a small difference in XP. I just reset it right now. I forgot to do it before starting it, so there's going to be a little bit of magic XP missing, but it shouldn't be too much. Alright, so same thing. Walk over here. Get these guys pulled on this side. Once everything's loaded over here, you can go back to this spot. Get these guys loaded up. And there we go. Another pile is waiting for us. As you can see, my inventory is already filled up with stuff. So the herb sack would definitely help out, along with the explorer's ring for the alks. The only problem with the explorer's ring is that I'm gonna have to find a place to alk, because yeah, if even one of these guys is attacking you, it won't let you alk any items. So I'll have to go hide somewhere or completely kill everybody who's attacking me. And also, if you happen to mess up and take damage at any point during this task, they do drop these kebabs that you can eat, and they were even dropping some shark. So yeah, if you do mess up, then there's food here to eat. Now, I know the wiki does also mention the fact that you don't really need a cannon. If you're low on money, or if you're like an Iron Man or something, you could also bring like a fast weapon like darts or like a magic short bow to aggro all these creatures yourself. But if you have access to a cannon, this is just more of a chill method to doing it, because you can just load it up and let it fire and aggro all these monsters for you. We're out of prayers, so I have to go get some more prayer potions. If you do have to bank, having a POH with the pool will help out, since you can get your prayer back and your health and all that other good stuff. And if you don't have a pool, then maybe hopping to a world where people are hosting is a good alternative. The only problem with that is that on those worlds, these caves might not be empty because people might be doing the same thing. So yeah, it's always better to have your own. If you were interested in the drops that these smoke devils have, their best drops are probably the occult necklace and the dragon chain body, which unfortunately the occult necklace is only worth about 400k right now. It's actually worth under that, 373, and the dragon chain body is also only worth 250. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate to see those items so low, but that's just the way it is right now. The occult is a 1 in 512 drop, so don't expect to see it every task, and the dragon chain body is a 1 in 32,000, so that's extremely rare. Alright, there's another nuclear smoke devil, very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and load up this cannon, because unfortunately he did spawn, or he or she spawned, whenever the stack was completely dead, so I don't want to just waste my casts on the smoke devil alone. But yeah, I think this should be the last stack. We only have 10 left, so yeah, I think after this stack is dead, our task will be complete. Oh, and there's the task completed. As you can see, we can't attack these monsters if we're not on task, so there it is. Task completed. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all our loot, alch some of it to pick up everything, and then we'll get out of here. Alright, so task completed. Just like my other Slayer task videos, it's been a while since I've actually done that. After hitting 99 Slayer, I really haven't done too much post 99, so yeah, it's been a while since I've done that. That new method is a lot better. It's a lot more chill, instead of having to run back and forth like I did before. And yeah, pretty good. Total time, let me see if I can get the timer on here. There we go. 32 minutes and 32 seconds, so did not take us long at all to kill almost 200 of those smoke devils. Alright, so I think I've gone ahead and got all the loot out from the bank. Let's go ahead and do a price check on all this stuff. Now, I could just show the loot tracker, but unfortunately, since we were ice barraging and killing multiple smoke devils at the same time, not all of the loot was tracked. It's only tracking 163, and we definitely killed more than that. So there's the loot from the task that we did, 437,000 GP. Of course, this isn't everything. There were some items that we left on the ground that weren't worth much, but I mean, if you really wanted to pick everything up, yeah, I don't think it'd be worth it, because you'd be making a lot more bank trips. So yeah, that's what we got, and it's not looking good, I'll be honest. I think we might be hoping to break even. I don't even know if we broke even. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell off all these items just as fast as possible. These you could high alch for that extra magic XP and a little bit more money if you wanted to, but just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna sell everything as fast as possible. And yeah, we'll show you how much money we made at the end. Alright, so there we go. We've sold everything off, and there is the total cash stack that we have. 434k. Again, I don't think we made money. We might have lost money on this. I'll have to check right now, but I guess the important thing to take away is that these are good Slayer XP and good Magic XP, not necessarily good money unless you get lucky and get the Occult Necklace, but even now, with the price that the Occult Necklace is currently at, it's really not that good of a moneymaker, which is probably why there's no entry on the wiki for this as a moneymaker. So the next time that I get a thermonuclear, or the next time that I get a Smoke Devil task, I'll most likely check out the thermonuclear Smoke Devil as a boss task. But now we can go ahead and see what the total profit or loss was at the end of this one Slayer task. So if we take into account the cost of supplies, which was 443,129 GP, subtract that from the money we made, which was 434,255 GP. That gives us a grand total loss of 8,874 GP. Kind of unfortunate to see. I don't think we've seen a negative number since that eclectic video that I did all that time ago. But yeah, I mean, at least you're not losing too much money, and like I said, if you do happen to get the occult necklace, that will help in making up some of the loss from the runes and all the other stuff that you spend money on. On a positive note, however, this is the XP that we managed to get from this one task. As you can see, a good amount of magic, slayer, and even some hit points XP. And here's a look at some of the kills that were tracked in the loot tracker. As you can see, it didn't track the entire task, and it's also missing one of the nuclear smoke devils that we killed. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.